Your doctor probably never told you this, but your pancreas isn't broken. It's just been pushed for far too long, and the research is actually showing us that you can bring it back. If you have type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, you've been probably told that your blood sugar is high because your pancreas can't do its job anymore. And a lot of people just accept that and move on. But what if that wasn't the full picture? What if your pancreas still had the ability to recover and nobody told you how to make that happen? That's exactly what we're covering today. I'm Diana. I'm a registered dietitian who specializes in type 2 diabetes. And I'm going to walk you through what's actually going inside your pancreas, why it starts failing in the first place, and the science-backed strategies that can help bring it back to life. And if you want the step-by-step plan to lower your blood sugar naturally, comment the word guide below and I'll send you our free ultimate guide to reversing type 2 diabetes. It includes a 7-day meal plan, recipes, and grocery list. So let's start with what's actually happening inside your body. Your pancreas has these tiny cells called beta cells. Think of them like little factories. Their one job is to make insulin, the hormone that takes sugar out of your blood and puts it into your cells for energy. When everything is working right, you eat something, your blood sugar goes up, and your beta cells pump out just the right amount of insulin to bring it back down. Clean, simple, beautiful. But in type 2 diabetes, that system starts to break down. What happens is, over time, usually from years of high blood sugar, excess body fat, and insulin resistance, your beta cells get completely overwhelmed. They're being asked to produce more and more insulin to overcome that resistance, and they eventually just get tired. They start working less efficiently. Their ability to respond quickly to blood sugar spikes gets slower, and in some cases, they start dying off. This is called beta cell dysfunction. And for a long time, doctors treated it like a one-way road. Like once you went down that road, there was no coming back. But here's the thing, that's not what the research is actually showing us anymore. A review published in the Journal of Diabetes found that beta cell dysfunction in type 2 diabetes is not fully fixed, meaning it is often at least partly reversible, especially in the earlier stages of the disease. The key phrase there is reducing the load on the beta cell. When you lower blood sugar levels, reduce body fat, and improve how sensitive your body is to insulin, your beta cells can actually start working better again. So let's talk about exactly how to do that. The first and probably most powerful thing you can do is lose weight if warranted, specifically that fat that's sitting inside and around your pancreas. In a study where people with type 2 diabetes followed a very low calorie diet of just 600 calories a day for 8 weeks, their first phase insulin response, which is basically how fast your beta cells react to rising blood sugar, it more than doubled. It went from 0.19 to 0.46 units. And at the same time, the fat inside their pancreas dropped from 8% down to 6.2%. That pancreatic fat is a big deal. It's like having a pillow smothering your beta cells. When you reduce it, your beta cells can breathe again and start doing their job properly. And you don't need to do something extreme like a 600 calorie diet to see results. Even just a moderate calorie deficit done consistently can make a real difference over time. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Exercise isn't just good for your heart and your waistline, it independently improves beta cell function even without major weight loss. A randomized trial found that just 2 weeks of either sprint interval training or moderate continuous exercise improved beta cell function and reduced fat in the pancreas with people with prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. And the more exercise you do, the better. A large clinical trial called DOSE-EX found that combining calorie restriction with exercise improved a key marker of beta cell health called the disposition index. It improved by 58% with diet alone and 105% with moderate exercise added and 137% with high intensity exercise added. So if you're only changing your diet and not moving your body, you're leaving a huge amount of results on the table. You don't need to become an athlete. Even consistent walking, resistance training, or cycling adds up in a major way. Now let's talk about something a lot of people with type 2 diabetes are already taking or thinking about. Medications like semaglutide, which you might know as Ozempic or Wegovy, and trizipatide, which is Mounjaro or Zepbound. These are GLP-1 receptor antagonists. And here's what's interesting. They don't just lower your blood sugar, they actually improve beta cell function directly. A placebo-controlled trial found that semaglutide increased both first and second phases of insulin secretion, bringing the response of people with type 2 diabetes closer to that of healthy healthy participants. And tirzepatide improved a marker called HOMA2B, which measures how well your beta cells are working. It improved it by 77 to 92% compared to placebo. So if you're on one of these medications and wondering why, now you know they're not just masking the problem, they're actually helping your pancreas function better. And if you want a natural approach as well, comment guide below and I'll send you the free ultimate guide to reversing type 2 diabetes with a full 7-day meal plan, recipes, and a grocery list so you know exactly what to eat to support your blood sugar and your beta cells. Now there's one more thing I want to cover because I really think it's underrated. It's time restricted eating. This is basically eating within a specific window of time each day and fasting outside of it. A randomized crossover trial found that 6 weeks of time restricted eating increased a beta cell function score called ISSI2 by 14% and lowered A1C, your 3-month average blood sugar, by 0.32% in people with early type 2 diabetes. That might not sound massive, but combined with the other strategies we just talked about, it can add up to a real meaningful shift in your blood sugar control. Here's one more important thing I need you to hear though. Timing matters. The research is very clear that these interventions work best when you start early. The longer you have type 2 diabetes and the more your beta cells have deteriorated, the harder it is to recover function. That doesn't mean it's impossible later on. Bariatric surgery, for example, has been shown to improve beta cell function even in people who are already on insulin. But the window where you can make the most dramatic changes is early. So if you're watching this and you've just been diagnosed or you have prediabetes, please take this seriously right now. Your body is giving you a real chance to turn this around. There's also a blood test that you can get done that measures how well your pancreas is producing insulin. It's called the C-peptide test. So if you're wondering how well your beta cells are functioning, please ask your doctor for a C-peptide blood test. Okay, let's bring it all home. Your pancreas isn't done. Your beta cells, the ones that make your insulin, can improve their function when you give them the right conditions to do so. That means losing fat if warranted. It means moving your body consistently. It means considering eating strategies like time restricted eating. If you'd like to learn more about how to incorporate time restricted eating, I will link Jose's video. He does a really good breakdown right here. And it also means working with your doctor whether medications that support beta cell function make sense for you and your situation. The earlier you act, the more you can recover. You have a lot more power over this than you've been told. Drop guide below in the comments for our free 7-day meal plan. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you.